Hello, I'm Dom Hale for Mining Journal, Mining Magazine, and Australia Mining Monthly's 2024 Tailings Report. I'm here today with Elin Wormeester, Principal Tailings Engineer at SLR Consulting's Mine Waste Engineering Division. Elin's here to talk about improving the safety and sustainability of tailings storage facilities and advancing tailings management practices. Elin, welcome. It's really good to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
So, Elin, I want to start by asking you why tailings management has become such a pressing issue for the mining industry and why its significance is only set to increase further.
Well, during a short period from 2014 through 2019, three very serious tailings facility failures occurred. And one was the Mont Poly in Canada, and the other two were San Marco and Brumadinho in Brazil. And today, there are still, on average, more than 2 serious failures occurring every year. So these failures have caused a major loss in confidence in the mining industry from investors, regulators, and the public. The challenge that the industry is facing is the increasing tailings volumes from declining ore grades and increasing production rates. Then we have the green energy transition, where the current trends are showing that the uses of most minerals will have increased 2 to 10-fold by 2060.
So, your job, Elin, how has that changed since the introduction and application of the global industry standard on tailings management?
So, in a way, it has gotten easier. The standard has generally meant that the mining industry worldwide is following the same playbook and moving in the same direction. It has resulted in a more structured way of working with clearer roles and responsibilities. It has also increased the awareness and importance of tailings management within mining organizations.
So, do you believe that current demands and standards around tailings management, such as the GISTM, have the capacity to adequately safeguard people and minimize environmental and social impacts? I mean, how do you think compliance criteria could be improved, if at all?
Well, the demands around safe tailings management are currently only partly addressed, in my view. This is because the implementation of the global industry standard is only a requirement for members of ICMM, which is the International Council of Mining and Metals. Only a third of the global mining industry is currently members of ICMM. However, it's good to see that a number of non-member companies are choosing to adopt the standard to varying degrees to apply best practices, but others are not. So the compliance to the standard could, in my opinion, be achieved by local or national regulators insisting on it or through licensing and other regulatory frameworks. Other challenges with the implementation of the standard on a global scale is the shortage of qualified tailings professionals. And several initiatives are currently undertaken within the industry to address this shortage in the long term, but in the short term, it remains a challenge.
Okay, so looking at tailings then at a very fundamental level, would you say the best tailings storage facilities are those you don't need to build in the first place? Even though demand for minerals is increasing and ore grades are declining, is there, do you think, cause for optimism that the volume of mine waste tailings generated could at the same time actually be reduced?
So minimizing the amount of tailings that need to be stored above ground surface is key to reduce risk. Therefore, we always advocate exploring the use of tailings for backfilling of underground mined areas and open pits. And there is cause for optimism regarding future reduction of the generation of tailings. For example, with improvement of mineral processing techniques, remining of existing tailings facilities for extraction of critical minerals or valuable metals is more likely to become economically viable in the future. And with remining, older facilities with potential hazards could potentially be removed and replaced by safer and more sustainable disposal techniques. Reduction in tailings is also being made through improvements to ore waste definition and mining processes. Another advancing technology that does not produce any tailings is in situ leaching, where solution is pumped into the ore deposit through boreholes, dissolving the minerals, then which are then later extracted.
So, Ellen, moving on then to new technologies and innovations, which developments around mine tailings management are you most excited about for their potential to improve the safety and sustainability of tailings storage facilities?
Well, there are several technologies, innovations, and developments that the industry can look forward to. For example, the use of AI driven drones for inspection of tailings facilities and AI technology for real time integration of different monitoring data will enable more complete and more complex monitoring of tailings dams. And then we have the use of geosynthetic liners and covers, which are also reducing the risk of seepage and contamination of surrounding ecosystems. And alternative, more efficient tailings disposal methods are also increasingly being used, which include filtered and dry stacked, thickened, or paste tailings. And the reduced water content in the tailings generally reduces the consequences associated with potential tailings dam failure.
And so, my final question to you, Ellen, to what extent do you think the mining industry is coming to understand that tackling mine waste demands a more multidisciplinary and integrated approach than has hitherto been the case? And what does such an approach look like to you?
Well, the mining industry is increasing recognizing the need for a more multidisciplinary, integrated approach to tailings management. Historically, tailings were simply dumped on an open lot of land or in a river. It has evolved to engineered mine waste facilities, and within the last 30 years, to an approach focusing mainly on regulatory compliance and immediate environmental impacts. But with awareness of the long term environmental and social consequences of mine waste progressing, there has been a shift towards a more holistic and multidisciplinary approach to management of tailings. This is essential for ensuring the long term sustainability of mining operations and minimizing their impact on the environment and surrounding communities.
Well, look, thank you, Elin Wormeester of SLR Consulting, for your time and for your insights today. I'm Dom Hale. Thanks for watching.